Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cycle, and this is Let's Play Train Simulator. Debut pair of videos here, I believe, is what we're going to do here. We're going to pick up some vans at Dockyard 3. Let's get moving, shall we? Now, I didn't show you how to do a save at the end of the last video like I said I was going to, so let's actually show you that very quickly. I shouldn't do it with the throttle on, but I hit the escape key to bring up the menu. You can actually hit save here. There's also a second method, which I'm going to do after I remove the throttle. Hit the F2 key, you can just save your progress in the current scenario. So if something goes wrong, you have this to go back to, and now I'm good to continue. So let's go ahead and take the brakes off and get moving. It might help if we go in the proper direction. Am I going in the proper direction? No, I'm not. I thought I put the reverser down. Apparently I put it back up without realizing it. So let's try that again, shall we? Now I want to make sure I go to the correct place as well. So I'm going to just go very, very slowly for now. I'm going to check my switches as I go. So this should be good enough for speed for the time being. Let's just follow. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going the wrong way. Now I'm going the wrong way. Are you serious? Well, I was doing it correctly the first time. What do you know? Bit of a sloppy start this time. What can you do? So checking our switches. This needs to go back in this direction. This is going down. This is going where we want to go. And we want to go to Dockyard 17, which is right over here. So we are going the right way now. Just one switch. Not bad. We'll increase the speed now. So let's take a look outside. We dropped these guys off in the last scenario, so these guys were sitting there. Room for... I probably should have moved those back a little further for the work guys. This one had to go next to the shed. There was not really any room in front. And this one I did leave next to the shed because they can do some work with them. So, you know, I'm nice. I like to make sure they have the room to work. So let's go ahead and put the speed back on for a moment, get ourselves back up to 9. Actually, a little over 9. There we go. We have 10 miles to work with. Let's use them, for goodness sake. Now, if you want to know how to identify Dockyard 17, tell me what looks different about the track in Dockyard 17. That's how you identify Dockyard 17 and the entrances to it. So we get to stop. Oh, no, not yet. Not quite. I almost stopped on the wooden track, which would have been wrong. Now we're in Dockyard 17. Stop here. Let's look at our next task, shall we? Are you stopping? Stop, please. Thank you. Excellent. So our next task is going to be over here. Coupling to these guys all the way back here. Woohoo! So we need to get over to there. That means that this track needs to be set. You know, we didn't really have to stop to do this, did we? Did we really have to stop to do this? Okay. Oh, apparently my stop was processed. I didn't even notice. Okay, so we're going to carry right on going now. So we've already taken the other tracks. Now we're going to take the middle one. Going to give a little alert since we're coming up on a road. Why not? Let's head over to Dockyard 3 and watch this shunter come in, shall we? So just like that, we have our shunter in place. We're going to connect all those cars. We're going to reverse back to dockyard 18. And just in case you thought I couldn't do shunting while I was looking at the map that way, looking at the screen that way, now you know I can. Let's go. Coming up on the road again, so we're just going to be courteous and give a little horn toot again. That's a horrible horn. That is a horrible horn. I don't even think there's an Armstrong pack that handles that horn. I honestly don't think so. The 07 shunter is not part of his projects. And the reason I'm pretty sure about that is because I haven't seen it listed on any of his products. We're going to dockyard 18. I'm keeping the HUD up to show you where we're going, of course. Now, I'm going to show you very quickly the next task. We are going to be going over to the Falmouth Siding 3, which is where we just were previously to pick up the other train. So basically, we're going back to the main line. We're going to then connect to something else at the main line. So let's go ahead and stop up here at the dockyard 18 as soon as we're in the yellow. We don't have to necessarily go all the way back. I'll put the reverser to neutral right now because I don't want to gain any more speed. I can brake any time. Maybe it's not the normal driving method, but you know what? It works in a train simulator, right? Let's check our map. Let's make sure that we are going in the right direction. We are going in the right direction. Now, I don't need to check the rest of the switches, but I'll just show you the reason I don't need to check. I already know we're going back here. And the reason is because we didn't change those switches ever since we left this. Ever since we came from there, I mean to say. So we never changed those switches, therefore I knew everything was good. Now, in case you're wondering why I couldn't just stop at dockyard 17 and had to go all the way to dockyard 18, well, the fact that this is the back of the train, it's only entering dockyard 17 right now, should probably tell you why I had to stop at dockyard 18. Because if I came and stopped at the front of 17, I would have had to go forward even more just to get back onto this track. So the point was to go to dockyard 18 so that you had the rest of the train as far up at least as dockyard 17, and you were able to proceed from there. We're entering into the 15 stretch right now. We are on the uphill, so we have to manage the uphill carefully here. Gotta love the barrels over here in the yard, or maybe you don't have to love them, your choice. The uphill has now really taken effect on our train, so I bumped the throttle up to a very high level to counter it. Shunter is working to get these cars up here, that's for sure. Now we're getting somewhere. We're kind of off the uphill now, so I am just going ahead and staying on siding level at this point. While we're doing that, let's take a nice look at the neighborhood over here. The neighborhood in the other version of the route we're going to be running is going to look a lot nicer than this. So you're going to see even nicer looking neighborhood. It's not bad for 2010. It really isn't. For 2010, this is not too bad. But Today, it's just dated. I'm coming in a lot faster than I intended to, but we're going to deal with that very soon. There we go. So we got to unhook everybody here. So we have to drop off all the cars, every single one. Done. So we're going to go to Falmouth Siding 2. Now you might be wondering, where is Falmouth Siding 2? Well, I'll tell you what, let's get back to our train. Look out the back window. By the way, if you want to know, just in case you want to know what this switch does, there is a lever up here you can hit. If you hit this lever, maybe, if you hit this lever, notice that we now cannot proceed. We're told that we're going to stop. We're aiming towards the buffer. If we hit this switch again, we now have a white light. We're able to proceed onto the main track. That's what that means. So just in case you're wondering what that switch exactly does, that's what it does. Let's get ourselves moving, and we're going to head in the other direction at this point after I remove the brakes. I'm going to go very slowly for now because I need to actually get connected to the sidings. So I'm just going to go at a very slow pace for right now so I can show you where we're going. We're going to leave the area here. We're going to head over to this siding right here. Right here. So we need to connect to that, which means I need to move that. So as our engine comes off here, we're going to be moving over to that siding. We should be good. I'll hide the task now because you don't need to keep that up. I'm going to respectfully not break 10 on this. So there's our turn back into the dock area. We're going to go back there in a minute. So we're not going to be entering the platform. We're going to be entering the siding next to the platform. But there's a train here sitting here just picking up passengers, apparently. That sounds horrible. There we go. Let's hook up. Boom. Drive to Falmouth Approach 3, which is basically where we were before. But a slight difference is that we're going to have to get to Falmouth Approach, we're going to have to hit this switch to actually connect onto the approach area. That actually has a connection to the main line. So right now we're able to go onto the main line. We're not going to do that though. We are not going to do that. So we're going to head back to our cab. I'm going to show you the nice little feature about the signals here though. It's got a little bit of speed here, and I'm going to go ahead and detach it. I'm going to clip ahead here, and we're going to watch the train come in over here, because as we come over here, like so, that noise didn't sound good. So we have to come back to here, basically. This is where we're going. And as you see on the HUD, we are indeed coming in this direction, so we're going to come back a little more. Get a good look at the signal. That'll work. So let's take a look here. Shunk, you are safe to proceed. I have a green light. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Barely inside Falmouth Approach. Let's get our switch set to go back into the yard. Like so. And after I drop off the main line back into the yard, we're going to go ahead and check the next part of the task. Reverse back into the harbor. Roger. We're going to go to Dockyard 29. We are almost done. We are nearly done this mission. And if not for my little 5-minute loss of time there, I'd say we were pretty much almost right on time for our mission. We're coming up on an hour literally right now. Oh, no one else may proceed. There is a train here. You must wait. So let's go figure out where we're going here. This is where we're going. Dropping off right here. We're going to have the yard going over to here. Everything else is correct. Everything else should be good at this point. So let's get out of here and actually go back to our train. That'd be helpful. Probably better if we look from the side that's moving in that direction. There we go. Notice again, I am playing this for the hill. I don't want to break 10 miles per hour, so I didn't increase any more speed past 5 or 6 in the range I was in, because I knew we were going to gain speed down this hill. Let's get those brakes on, because I was braking 10 miles per hour by accident. So we're now under the 10. I hit 11.1 there, so I had lots of room still. I only need to drop a couple tenths, but you don't want to brake it if you don't have to. In fact, it shouldn't even be a case of if you have to. You just don't want to brake it, which is why I'm going to hit the brakes again now. So as we continue on here, let's just take a quick look at the trucks over here. Nice little, whoa. Nice little work vehicles here as our train goes by. Nice view of the dock from here. And back to the cap. That actually is, and for right now, because the front of the train is the shunter, he's facing this way, so that's the front of the train. For right now, the shunter is back in the front position of the train. So we are actually operating front and back as you would expect to on this. And that makes, when you're used to doing back to front for the rest of the scenario, it makes it a little confusing, but you have to know if you're on the front or the back of the train based on where you're moving and how you're moving. So that's how that works. So we got to drop off 2 cars here, the last 3 at Dockyard 26, and then we're done. Gonna leave the shunting view up, or the coupling view rather, sorry. I've noticed that you can use the throttle and the brakes while you're in this mode, but you can't use the camera. You can't move the camera around because it will cancel that mode. Kind of weird that it works that way, but hence was the design. Putting the reverse in the other direction, so I'm ready to go. I almost decoupled the whole thing because I was on the wrong side, so we want to couple those out. There we go. Yep, back to Dockyard 18. Roger. And now apparently I'm stuck in the coupling view, which is actually nice. I like it that way. Remember where Dockyard 18 is? I do. I gave you a tip as to how to recognize you were entering 17 earlier. Dockyard 18 is right here. Stop is being registered. I'm going to put the reverser back in. Let's get our last stop set up here, shall we? We're going over to, we're just going to drop these things in the middle of the road and we're going to be done. Drop in the middle of the road and we're done. And then we're going to come over to this siding to finish. If you want to know how well I did on the mini-map as to stopping in Dockside 18, well, I didn't have to go all the way in. I stopped exactly at the front of it where I needed to. So that's what I need to do. Let's look outside again because it's a lot easier for me right now if my brake man does the job. Let's get out of the coupling view for a second, shall we? Excellent. And that's exactly where we're going. Dockyard 26. We're not going back to Eastern Breakwater 5 again. There's no reason to. We're just going to block the road and say whoever wants it can deal with it. I mean, it doesn't make sense that we would block the road here. There is another way back there, but I don't understand why we would block the road. Busy harbor. And brakes. Let's stop it right there. We're going to assume the people in this building need these cars. So I'm going to stop them in range of the building, and hopefully that's good enough. Yep, the task completed. So go back to Dockyard 18. And there's our number, D2990, and the icon, British Railways. So I just lowered the speed a little bit so I don't have to screech to a halt inside the dockyard. I want to go to 5 though, so I'm still slower than I wanted to be. So we're going to get inside the dockyard area here. There we go. I'm now entering the dockyard area, so I will stop there. And I just have to do one more switch setting, and that is to go over to here and go get a coffee. I'll settle for a hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee. Just go straight at that buffer and call it a day. Or call it an hour anyway, that's a better way to put it. So let's reverse. Let's park the local at coal bunker 1 and have a break. Hence the coffee. Actually, let's go back. Yeah, we're going to leave it there because I want to leave access to the engine for the next person driving it if it's not us. So we're done here, and that's the end of the scenario. 67 minutes. I lost 5-6 minutes or so on that weird faux pas back at the start of the scenario with the cars that didn't go back far enough, even though I thought they were in the area. I guess they all had to be in there. So other than that, I did pretty well. Did pretty good time on that. 67 minutes, 68 minutes by the time the register here came up. And we're in good shape. So this is the Falmouth docks. We have moved a bunch of cars around here. And we have had a good shift. We are going to go inside and have a drink. And I will see you when we come back. The place will look a lot different because we're going to be going down a different version of the Falmouth Branch. That's going to be the drive from Falmouth to Truro over on the Western Main Lines at the end of this route. And that is where we're going to be going to the TobBirks, I believe is how you say it. His version of the Falmouth Branch, a facelift, using elements of the Exeter to Kingswear Riviera lines as part of the facelift. Very nice route. You're going to want to check this out. I've already recorded them. Again, 3 attempts because the sound wasn't working. But I've already recorded them, and you're going to be able to enjoy them. So I hope you enjoy them. Keep an eye out for them. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see them, and everything else that comes after that. And make sure you like the video to increase the chance of me getting recommended to people and thus being able to get more people to see my videos, which I would love to have more people enjoying this type of content. It's great content for viewing, even if for some people it might be drab for playing, it can be great for viewing. So Make sure you come back. I will see you for the trip from Falmouth Branch, from Falmouth Docks, to the Truro Bay platform at Truro Station. I will see you then. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever it is for you, your part of the world. See you next time.